Hey everyone, Wander here, and welcome to Luma Island. It is I guess it's a farm sim, it's a life sim. There's a couple of different, like, crafting specializations, farming, like, spelunking for resources, and piracy? I'm not entirely sure how the pirates thing factors in. I haven't played this game in about a year, and I guess it got some kind of DLC expansion that made it pirate-themed. I'm gonna find out what that's like. Let's see. Day 1. I think we can just do a new game over that one. Okay, select a character. We're going to be this guy. I think we could do some more character customization, right? Perfect. All right, let's start with that. What kind of outfit do we want? What's the one that makes me look like I'm really on vacation? I'm kind of digging... Oh, boy. Wait, oh, it keeps going. They have secret outfits. Peg legs. Wait, the last one you were definitely just part skeleton. At least part skeleton, if not all skeleton. I don't know. I love the fact that kilt is an option. I don't know. Do I want to be a man in a kilt? I've never worn a kilt in real life. You know what? No, I feel like that's kind of that cultural appropriation adjacency. Let's just be this guy. I mean, honestly, this is like 90% of the way to what I look like. So I think this is just going to be me. All right, so adventure... Cozy. Oh, and hero. Honestly, I don't actually care about the difficulty, so we're just going to be on adventure. Do you want to play the tutorial? No, thank you. I've played this, I'd say plenty. Mostly plenty. We'll dive right in. Yeah, weirdly enough, I think this is one of my favorite farm sims that I've played. Okay, good. It just tosses us right in. I guess we should go visit the town hall and go talk to the mayor, because we got to go pick up a class. So, one of the reasons why I like this as a farm sim is because it's kind of just freeform open. Like, Stardew Valley is pretty freeform and open, but you still have to worry about, like, the usual, like, day cycle. There's dates that you need to kind of keep in mind, all sorts of stuff. This one, you're just kind of, like, just go do whatever you want, do some capitalism, and that's it. And there's a lot of, like, little side quests and things that you can kind of knock off slowly, gain access to other more interesting areas with better resources and like higher value gear, like tons of random things like just treasure chests lying around that, I don't know, makes for kind of a fun little experience. What am I saying? Newcomer gracing the hallowed halls of bureaucracy. I'm Herbert. So you're here to see our rubber stamp exhibition? No, wait, let me guess. You had a stressful job on the mainland, and it made you feel unfulfilled and empty inside, so you quit your job, came here and bought an old man Jeffrey's caravan on a whim. How quaint. I'm sure your parents are thrilled, but who am I to judge? I stamp documents for a living. Anyway, how will you find out if the grass really is greener, you ask? The answer, my friend, is to buy a profession permit. It's like planting a tree. You nurture it, watch it grow, and one day it might just wither and die because you forgot to water it. But if you keep watering it every day, it might blossom into, well, a slightly less hopeless version of you. So are you ready to trade in a bit of optimism for a chance at a new life here? You don't have to answer. I know you are. Choose wisely. So it can be a cook, a brewer, a shipwright. Huh. Treasure hunter, blacksmith, fisherman, jewelry crafter, and archaeologist. Shipwright? What? Like, okay, some of these are actually quite interesting. I know Treasure Hunter is awesome and kind of convenient to work with. I know Cook also works because we can specifically do a ton of farming. I think I'm going to start with Cook, and then we're going to unlock... Well, we could do Cook. We could do Brewer. Let's do Brewer, Shipwright, and Treasure Hunter as our 3. I'm going to have to farm up enough money to get the other professions, but it's doable. Okay, visit the town hall, quest started, become a novice brewer. Where's the man? At least the map makes it easier. Oh wait, there's like actually... Oh, there's actually the little like sparkles to tell you where to go. This was not originally in the game. Also, the game's a little quiet. Let me turn that up. Yeah, last time I played this was for Stumpmas last year. And so it's been a little bit, and I don't exactly remember what the deal is. Nor do I remember some of these changes, so I guess they've improved it dramatically. Hey there, newcomer. Thirsty? Well then, you come to the right place. I'm Bill, the owner of the treasure trove. Finest watering hole this side of, well, anywhere. You got yourself a brewer's permit. That's fantastic news. Oh, the joy of brewing. There's nothing quite like it. You're about to embark on a wonderful journey of, well, good vibes in a bottle. I'd be honored to get you started. Brewing's not just about making drinks, you know. It's about creating experiences, bringing people together, and putting a smile on people's faces one sip at a time. Tell you what, I'll make sure you got plenty of recipes to keep you busy, and even some construction drawings to help you set up shop. Once you master the first few recipes, how about making me a homemade orange tonic so I can see how you're doing? Oh, and needless to say, I'll pay you a bit more than you can get in the shops in town for everything you brew for me. Deal? Okay. Hopefully I think I can farm. Okay, yeah, it's starting me with buy oranges, so that's exactly what I was hoping for. Because, yeah, I've tried the other farming recipes, and at least from my own experience, it seems like it's a lot... It's practical to buy a bunch of... Let's just spend all of our money on wheat seeds. The farming profession is a little bit more practical than most of the other ones. The other ones actually take effort. Farming is, like, super easy, especially once you get access to sprinklers and other bits. Now, did I buy... Okay, I bought 20 wheat seeds, which is perfect. Now, I think I can rotate this camera. I don't remember how. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. And yeah, you can pretty much just harvest everything here. Turn it into a wasteland if you want to. We'll get there. Okay, for now, is this kind of our peak farmland? I think so. Let's not, like, extend it too far out. The last time I did this, I had, like, way too big of a farm. So I need 20 slots. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, do we want to do 4 wide and 5 deep? At least for now. I think this will be good enough. Eventually we get better tools that let us, like, do larger AoEs. But at least for now, this is good enough. There we go. Then we're going to have to worry about pests and, like, watering, but it doesn't take too long. Oh, I can do, like, an AoE. Fool that I am, should have checked that to begin with. There we go. Perfect. Okay, can I do the same thing with watering? No. Well, at least not at the moment. We need some water. Now, there's... I know we can make wells, but can I do this? That doesn't seem great. Yeah, so I can fill my watering can with seawater? Okay, so sad part is, we might be able to plant groups, but I can't water groups. Oh, right. I think the sprinkler is like a weird hose that like waters in a cone or like a line or something like that. It's a weird take on watering, but honestly a convenient one. Okay. And now that I've done this, we can just kind of do whatever we want. Which means I'm going to wander the heck off and probably go grab like... probably copper ore. So we've got a cave here that I can go mining in. And that should have plenty of locations for me to... or location should have plenty of stuff for me to grab. Oh, there's a skeleton over there. Okay, I do have a whip. This is a no-boner island, excuse me. And unfortunately, the combat in this game is pretty rudimentary, but honestly, I'm fine with that. Okay, so what's the deal with this? This needs farm resin and spider silk. Alright. I'll leave that for a second. Oh. Because there's nothing here yet. Yeah, there's a couple of chests in, like on the farm if I want to go grab them. Which might not be a bad idea. Yeah, I'll leave this for now. I guess let's break the boxes and barrels. And yeah, we got random stuff that I can loot. As well. Rock salt. Tons of resources. Honestly, way too many. But I think I have, like, a ludicrous amount of inventory space. It's a lot. It's not an infinite amount, but it's a lot. So yeah, do we want to just go get that spider silk? Potentially. Let's see. Because that's in a good spot. Oh, I should keep an eye out for this stuff. Yeah, so this is where I get the farm resin from. I think I can farm it eventually myself. And yeah, we also have cotton plants, which we want. We'll just keep an eye out for kind of both of those. I'm not going to do a very good job of finding them all, but that's okay. Now, I think the spot I'm looking for is over here. But I might have missed it. Let's see. Oh, touch it. Okay. This might just bring me to a random chest. Maybe not. Nope, random chest. Yeah, like I said, there's a bunch of random resources here, which is actually kind of useful. It's a convenient way of getting stuff that I'd otherwise have to wait for, I suppose. Okay, I think this is the direction to get to this chest. And then I think that's the door to the dungeon, which we might as well do. If I need spider silk, I should probably grab it. But I might want to dump things off in my inventory before we go anywhere. How are we doing? Yeah, no, that's maybe enough that I can go fishing, mining. Can I actually check? The map got improved somewhat. I don't remember it being this clean, but it has been a little while. Honestly, I thought this was going to be one of those games when it came out that, like, it was just done at release. There's a lot of games that launch early access, but I don't think this one had. And so my general assumption was like, oh, well, I guess that was, you know, kind of release and then move on to the next one. But they've actually been supporting with a lot of post-launch content, which I really wish developers had the budget for. I wouldn't say, like, the time, because unfortunately, modern times being what they are, it's usually kind of difficult for developers to stay in business, let alone, like, support a game well past release. But I'm really enjoying the fact that, yes, there have been a number of these games coming out over the last couple of years that the developers really have, like, sat down and said, like, you know, here's a fully featured game. Also, we're going to add more to it just to make it that much better. And I'm sure, like, the farm sim genre, it's probably a little easier than most to... it's probably a lot easier than most to kind of have that post-launch support and actually have people notice. Whereas there's a lot of other games and genres where it's a little trickier. That you release, people are like, it's not good enough, and then that's the end of you. Okay, so Farmcast is going to require some things. Let's get a sawmill down. See, I should probably get at least a couple of these. Select recipe. I'll just put those in. I'm trying to think of some games where they launched and people just kind of forgot about them afterwards. I don't know. I mean, I think it's also one of those where you just... Not every game has that kind of staying power, which feels weird to say, but eh. Okay. Didn't want to get the kiln? Yeah. Okay, so kiln will let me make charcoal and farm fertilizer. Make a bunch of that, because that should speed things along a little. I think the trees come back, so I don't have to worry too much about chopping them all down. But it might be one of those where I have to manually plant them as well. I think they come back, just not nearby your other resources. Now this looks like something, yeah, I can push over. Neat. What are you? That's not it. Luma Heart Rock. Okay. Does this just give me like a really early Luma? No way. What are Luma Hearts used for? Use a Luma Heart to hatch a Luma egg in the Lumen. Okay, cool. Lumas are effectively like... I was going to say this game kind of is a little monster collection-y. But not really. It's got elements of it. But they're like little forest spirits that live in your farm. Okay, can I... Oh, so farm fertilizer does not actually need to be... Let's see. Farm fertilizer does not actually need to be planted on my stuff, so I think certain things probably require it. Place another one of these. Give it a little bit of space just in case I need to put something in between. Okay, let's start working on those copper bars. I'd like to be able to put down like a chest or a crate just so I can clear some inventory space, but it looks like I might not be able to do that at the moment. I could also just go like sell a bunch of these things. Let's see if this unlocks a new recipe for me. No, it does not. All right. Well, barring that, I guess let's go spelunking and just hope that my inventory doesn't fill out. It should be fine. Let's see. If you're a treasure hunter, you can get in these doors, but I am not, so I can't. It's okay. It's just like a little bit of extra loot. Probably worth it to a lesser degree. But at least from my own experience, it was one of the slower production systems. I think it actually did have merits. Like, I think you could get some cool stuff out of it. But it was like bursts of money as opposed to like a long-term and generally more profitable stream. Flip. There we go. Yeah, I think the most we have to worry about in here is bats. And the fire traps, of course. Yeah, we want to grab as much of the spider silk as I possibly can. Nothing behind me. Focus the bats. Not that they're particularly dangerous, but still. Can I break that? Maybe? Nope, doesn't look like it. It always amuses me to have, like, just a random skeleton lying around in these games. Especially when it's in, like, a really not problematic location. Like, oh, you got done in by a bat. Just, like, basic scrub beast, nothing more. Okay, so Ancient Farmer's Door is going to require some wheat and grapes to open up. Interesting. For a second I thought I could rotate it from a distance and I got excited. Did not work. Which is maybe downer? Ow. It's fine, it just kicks me back to the beginning of the room. Let's see. Yeah, I can leave when I want to, but I want to grab as much stuff as I can out of this. I think this is one of the first places you can get a Luma egg. And so, okay, yeah, they're like nature spirits that hang out on the farm. Well, at least I rotated one of them. I'll wait for the next. But normally they just didn't do anything. They gave you like Luma energy and that was it. With the most recent update, they actually made it so that Lumas will properly do things in your base now. I think they mostly just get you resources, but I mean, that's better than nothing. I think it's like dependent on the type of resource, depending on the type of Luma you get. Okay, ancient homestead key. Used to unlock something. Probably not this chest. Well, we got a mysterious egg. Let's see if it's a worm on a skateboard, which is a confusing... There is a thing here. Worm on a skateboard is a weird forest spirit to have, but whatever, I'm not gonna be too put off by it. I've seen worse. Looking at you, Pokemon. Yeah, so those random rocks with like a sword in it, I think that's what the treasure hunter has to like go loot. It's honestly not that bad, but... Okay, so I could plow, but I don't think we want to. Okay, so first and foremost, can I build anything? Interesting. It said we had a new recipe for the Luma incubator, but oh, do I have to buy it? I might have to go buy it. Well, do we want to just go sell a bunch of stuff? See what I can make from the random trash I've picked up and see if I can buy any new recipes? I think so. Because we can go here and upgrade a tool. It doesn't cost much. What's the most valuable? So luck, damage. Snag that. Yeah, I think the first couple levels on these is like really cheap. Because I think it just wants me to give some basic resources. So I think I'm going to go damage. Oh, I guess I can get both of those. Perfect. Probably should have checked that earlier. Okay, what can we buy and sell? So simple workbench. We're going to want. That's probably how we get some of the other things. Luma incubator. Yeah, so I'm going to need different types of cloth and leather and some other things. Mountain crystal. Probably just worth money. Yeah, if it says use sell, then its primary use is just being offloaded. Still not enough to buy the Luma incubator, though. Maybe that's fine. I don't know. I think we can probably just go back in. If I go to sleep at, well, I mean, I guess it's like 5 a.m., so it might actually be too late. End day at 5 a.m. Wake up 3 hours later. This poor guy. Yeah, use wardrobe. Can I just, like, change everything? Okay, this changes my hat. Do I have, like, another hat? I do kind of like the goggles. Yeah, let's just pretend we're a Digimon protagonist. I gotta go back and finish Digimon World 1. I recorded like 90% of a series of it, and then I got distracted. That's my life. Okay. So we're gonna build... That's a sawmill. That's not what I meant to do. I want to build a simple workbench. Okay, so what can I make in this one? Hey, here we go. So here's the farm leather. Oh. We use the mushrooms for it. Okay. Remember if there's a faster way of doing this. Okay, there we go. I wonder if having the higher luck on the hoe specifically gives me like a rarer type of wheat. Maybe. Okay. Well, I guess we wanted to make the farm casks. I think I'm going to put them here. Okay. So we need Northman's juice. So I'm going to need bottles, which means I'm going to need sand. Or I'm going to need glass. Start making farm color. I guess Guess I'll have to get more. Oops. Okay, smelter. No, it's kiln. Yeah, do I want to just make some more blocks for a bit? I think so. So once again, just need glass for this. Oh, looks like we can make one of them. Okay, Northman's juice is worth 1,000? Cripes. Okay, that's going to take a while to process, but that's fine. Alright. I guess let's go back to chopping this. So that'll give me plenty of resources. Oh man, upgrading my axe really does a number on these trees. Found an egg. Sell it, a rare bronze egg. That's convenient. I feel like I'm speedrunning this more. Oh, you know what I should do though? Let's go make some, grab some money and go plant some more wheat. Because that's still going to take a little bit. Oh. Okay, so actually it looks like I'm still making progress on the quest line. I was afraid that he was going to be like, I need that 10 wheat. Bring it to me. That's always somewhat of a time-consuming thing. Okay, I'm Milo, the local stonemason, taking up jewel crafting as a hobby. Okay. Oh boy, they are wordy folks. Okay, so we want to sell the egg. So I could actually buy copper ore here. Oh gosh, it's expensive. Never mind. Pass on that. The farm stands over here. Because I should expand my wheat farm a bunch. Do I actually want to get some grapevines too? They're expensive, but not heinously so. Yeah, I think I'm just going to shoot for 20 of each. Because I'm assuming if I'm going brewer, we're going to need the grapes sooner than later. Better to get the jump on that now while I have the cash. And the time. Okay. Boy, removing weeds is hell. Hopefully there's like a better way of doing this faster. Okay, seeds, and where dim grapes? They're dim grapes. Would you believe I forgot I can do the AoE planting again? Yeah, then we should probably look into auto watering, because watering plants is probably going to be one of the costlier. Okay, there we go. Oh, perfect. Costlier time expenditures that I've got in my lineup. I guess I should probably actually water these because they're not going to grow if they're dry. And then we can work on the grapes because there's not as much rush on them. All right, clear this area out. I'll leave a space between each of my fields just for my own convenience. Plus, there might be structures like, well, the sprinkler that might need to go between these things, and so easier if I keep all of my fields at least somewhat separate. We'll just slowly expand it over this direction. I do feel a little weird about the idea of, like, you know, cutting back the forest to build a farm. Purely from the perspective of, like, it is kind of a nice little forest, and it seems like such a shame to destroy it. But also, the game doesn't give me a choice. I want to play one of these games where you're like a weird druid in the woods. And, like, you're doing the farm stuff, but, like, on a much smaller scale. But a lot of it is, like, foraging or using druid magic to, like, farm crops in the middle of the woods. Or, like, literally barter with dryads or something. Oh, that would be a really fun farm sim where you're not actually farming. You're just tricking people into thinking you're a farmer. And all you're doing is just, like, bartering with, you know, fairies of the woods to get the resources requested. That would actually be kind of fun. And your whole, like, shtick is you're trying kind of not to get caught. Maybe. I don't know. It feels like there's some really interesting spaces that you could go. Oh, can I upgrade my watering can? I'll have to check that. I don't know. I like farm sims, but my problem is Stardew Valley and to a lesser degree Harvest Moon, or maybe it's all Harvest Moon at this point. I don't know. Like Harvest Moon is the progenitor farm sim video game. And I don't begrudge them for kind of setting the format, but I do begrudge everybody for following it so much to the letter. Like, Stardew Valley gets a pass because nobody had been really making good farm sims for years. And so for, you know, Stardew Valley, let's see. Yeah, we can make that now. I just got to get more farm color. Hopefully I can actually, like, farm those eventually. Yeah, nobody had been making any, like, major farm sims prior to Stardew Valley. This isn't entirely true. There were some other indie games, I think, that were trying to be Harvest Moon. They just weren't as good. And, like, the Harvest Moon series itself, like, the Harvest Moon series itself did not end. What happened was that there were licensing issues. And so the publisher for Harvest Moon took Harvest Moon for themselves. Kind of took it away from the original developers, who went on to go make the Story of Seasons games instead, because they didn't have the rights to Harvest Moon. And then the publisher, who like tried to use it as kind of like a, I want to say a bargaining tool to be like, you know, we own the rights, so we can kind of do what we want with this. We want a better deal. And the developers are like, nope, okay, thanks, bye, and then left. The problem is both of them kind of got hosed because the developers went to handheld, which, like, handheld is fine and can actually be a perfectly cromulent platform for farm sims, but they didn't have as much, like, eyes or attention there, and so it kind of limited the target audience at least a little bit, in a way that I think a lot of people just forgot about Harvest Moon as a result of this. And weren't willing to, wheat everseed is awesome. So effectively, unlike the other ones where I have to keep planting wheat, the everseeds will just keep growing back no matter how many times I harvest it, which is very convenient. But yeah, I think the transition to, the transition from Harvest Moon to Story of Seasons, I think a lot of people just didn't notice. And so as a result, oh, these are reeds, which actually we do want. As a result, kind of the Harvest Moon series. Oh, I guess we should go do that. I'll kind of chase it slowly. I want to chop. Excuse me. There we go. I want to chase that bird a little, but it's not a high priority. Where did it go? Out here somewhere? I just want to grab as many farm berries as I can, because they're apparently pretty important. Hello? Ah, another lost soul. You humans always poking around where you don't belong. Watch, you've never seen a mushroom, man. It's rude to stare, you know. You either buy or you leave. Oh. So you can just buy resources from this guy. And, So he'll take these farm tokens that I've been grabbing. These things. So I can buy Luma Power Food, Luma Souls, Wheat Everseed. Hatch a Luma egg in the Luma... Okay. I guess I'm going to buy one of these, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to need it. And then I guess I might as well buy another Everseed. Just buy a bunch of those, in fact. Okay, wherever that bird went, it's managed to evade me, and that's okay. We'll find it eventually. There's a lot of things to do, and I have no, like, immediate compunction to do that one. Unless the bird flew off in the most predictable way. I don't know. It'll show up. Damn. I was not expecting my wheat plants to regrow this fast. And of course, there we go. We should probably go refill my water, because I think it's almost out. Anyway, so yeah, Story of Seasons kind of missed the mark, lost the audience, and let's see. We got weeds here that I gotta get rid of. And so there's kind of like a long lull between good farm sims coming out. And so that's why Stardew Valley was able to do so well. I mean, apart from the fact that it's like a damn good farm sim, and so like go figure. Problem I have is a lot of other farm sims are just like, hey, but what if we're just Stardew Valley again? And I find myself a little frustrated by that, because it's just like, I don't need another I don't need another Stardew. I already have a Stardew. Let's see. To this game's credit, it very much isn't that. Like, obviously it's got farming, but I could completely say, no, I don't want to do that. Just go off and do my own thing entirely. Do I want to make a bunch of planks? Probably. The rest of those will grow up kind of quick. And at some point we'll get some more casks. Oops. Would help if I actually loaded that thing up. So, yeah. I guess next order of business is let's go in here. I'm going to need some coal. Where's my torches? There we go. So every once in a while there's like a farm sim that actually excites me. One that like really leans hard into like a different aesthetic or a different setting. So I appreciated this one just going a little tongue-in-cheek early on, being like, oh, you know, you got sick of life in the city and wanted to get away and you came here. Like, that's kind of fun for me purely from the perspective of just like, at least it's being self-aware with its influences, and, you know, it's not straying too far from it, but it doesn't need to. But yeah, I would love to play a couple of farm sims that are just like unapologetically, you are a wizard. And you're using your magic to like do farming and stuff. There's one that I was like really excited for ages ago called RE Legend, but it was extremely buggy from what I remember, and I don't think they ever fixed it. Supposedly it was one of those where they ran into some issues with their publisher that might have, you know, the publisher kind of got in the way of like releasing a big patch, potentially. I don't fully know, like don't quote me on this one, I'm not a great source. But that was one of those games that I was like really looking forward to, and I kept waiting for that big patch that fixed everything, that made the multiplayer netcode good. I have no idea if it ever came out. Which I feel bad about, because like I try and keep up to date with these games. I have to watch out for those rocks, I think they can hit me. There's also a spider that will chase me. Which is rough. Unless they got rid of the spider, which would actually be lovely. Okay, how much copper am I sitting on? 9. That's actually pretty good. And yeah, if I go too deep into the darkness, I get eaten by a grue. So we want to leave that well enough alone if I can avoid it. Yeah, I'm just looking for convenient sources of copper if I can find them. Oh, that was some. And the torches last. However, they will go out and I have to relight them periodically, which isn't too bad. Okay, knock this spider out. If the spider hits you, you get knocked out of the cave and you lose everything you grabbed, which is rough. So we want to avoid that if at all possible. Okay, that's a bunch of color. So I need more glass. Oh. I think to get sand, we just take a copper pickaxe down here. Right? Yep. Nice and easy. No real effort. Just go out, grab resources, and nothing to worry about. Kind of wish there was a machine that I could put down that just auto-gathers sand for me and I just routinely come by. Look, the game that I played right before this was a factory automation game, and I will tell you now, I am currently conveyor-brained, and it's really difficult to get away from that. Like, I don't know, every once in a while I play like a game, you know, well, I mean, I guess anything with factory automation kind of counts within this one, but you hit kind of that point, you play one of those games with like I would say like a foundational change to like how the format works. So having conveyor belts, as silly as that sounds, makes a huge difference whenever I play any other game that doesn't have conveyor belts and needs them. So like playing any kind of survival sandbox game with large amounts of like resource processing is actually kind of frustrating if it doesn't have sufficient automation for me. And so like I've actually bailed on certain games because it was like too stingy with its... Okay, do I want to chop this? It's glowing. Oh, it had a button in it. Yeah, the button is for a puzzle. Looks like it's got a limited amount of time, though. However, I'm noticing there's a couple of glowy points here, so it might be one of those that there's only a handful of buttons in the area. I'm seeing 3? At least. Oh, I guess it was just those 3. I don't know, there's something kind of fun about having, like, your home base be rife with, like, little puzzles with bonus resources that you can grab. Adds kind of a tidy exploration element to one of these games. Alright. Oh, these aren't growing because they don't grow during the night hours, of course. Okay, looks like I might want another cask at this point. Oh, we don't have enough wheat. Well, I guess that means I don't need to worry about it. Alright. Probably make some more leather. Bee. Bee? Bee. Queen bee. Queen bee. Ooh. I might actually be able to do something with that. Alright. Well, let's go make our money, I suppose. Because I've got a number of things that I can just sell. May also be able to upgrade my tools. Because, yeah, I guess if I need pickaxe level 3... I don't care deeply about the fishing rod, but I probably should do copper whip. Then I'm going to need cash. Well, luckily we can sell 2 of those for a fair bit. Okay. So what do we have? We got a well, which is kind of convenient. A garden hose, which is awesome. Costs 2,000, but saves me time. Chicken coop, rabbit hutch, goat shed, pig pen, beehive. Bicycle. Simple chest. Large luminest, medium luminest. I don't want some of these, but yeah, let's go for the garden hose. I'm going to be lazy. And then I still have plenty of money. I think I'm going to spend them on wheat seeds for now. That's all the money I got. Good enough. I have like another 1,000 coming in shortly. And yeah, once these farms start outputting consistently, we'll be able to just make 1,000 here and there without even batting an eye. Which might mean it's worth looking into getting another profession, like shipwrights, specifically one that doesn't involve farming, because you only need one farming profession. And yeah, I'm just gonna have somewhat patchwork fields. I'd like to have them sync up, but they'll probably do that when I'm not paying attention. Okay, so I wanted to build the hose. Right. This part's a bit funky, but should make harvesting much easier. Okay. I guess it is going to be synced up, except for that, like, one bit of wheat. I think you can also get really lucky. Yeah, there it is. You can get ever seeds from planting, or from harvesting wheat. So the ideal is eventually we fill this entire area with ever seeds, and then we never have to think about planting any more wheat ever again. Then it's just a matter of weeding the fields. Well, I actually don't think you have to weed these fields. And we got the last one, which hopefully will pop up, but... Here. There we go. Oh, and with the watering hose, I don't even need to visit a well. That's so nice. Can I make another one of these? No. I guess that was all the wheat I've got. Well, once the grapes pop, it'll go a little faster. There we go. And if I get chickens, I think a chicken coop specifically will actually manage those. Okay. Anything else? No, I think we're mostly just kind of waiting. We have one Northman's juice. This will be done in a little bit. I guess let's go grab a little bit more copper ore. Unfortunately, my inventory, I think, is filling out, and I'm not actually sure how to get more. If I can get more space, if there is even limitations. Or if it's one of those that it actually just keeps adding more and more rows. No. Well, I don't know, hard to tell. Okay. I don't know what that noise was. Okay, doesn't look like I can get the stalagmites. There we go. Perfect. Still got to figure out this whole farm crusher thing, but I think that's a blueprint I need to learn. I think, yeah, I think after this, let's go look into a production chain that does not require farming, because farming can make you a ton of money. However, the problem with farming is you are a little bit time locked. And so if I can have a profession that isn't time locked at least to farming and is more like effort focused, we can kind of best of both worlds, both of them. So yeah, shipwright is probably the way to go. Because I have no idea what that even involves. I don't remember shipwright being in the game previously. But maybe it was and I just missed it. I don't actually want to hit the crystal. Currently I have no need for them, and so it doesn't really seem necessary for me to, like, summon the spider and put myself in danger. Myself and my resources. By going for a crystal. Eventually we'll need it, but hopefully I will have, like, better tools. Yeah, I'm hearing something like there's a cricket that I could maybe capture, just like the bee. Okay, how are these doing? Oh. This is what the farm fertilizer is for. Oh, I'm a fool. I knew it was for something, I just didn't know what. I was wondering why my grapes looked... Damn it. Yeah, why my grapes looked a little sickly. And weren't growing. Well, there's our answer. Okay. So now with that, we've got 2 juice. So let's go drop that off and see about getting another profession. We may also, want to look in, well, I don't know. Let's get the other profession. Maybe get the recipe for a chest. Because being able to dump off some of these resources might be nice in case we have to worry about inventory space. Or it's one of those where, yeah, we really do have unlimited inventory space. On the flip side, I've got about 5 minutes left on this video, so it's one of those that I could just leave this problem for another day. So many choices, so little commitment. Take your time. Oh, I didn't actually sell the dang thing. I mean, easy enough to walk back. Do kind of want that bicycle, though. Wish you could skateboard. Okay, so we can sell my juice. I could also buy a rabbit. We'll eat the weeds on your crops. That'll be useful. We're gonna leave that for a bit, though. So if it's only 500 for the next profession, maybe I could pick up 2? Okay. There's shipwright. Can I get the next one? 10,000. Okay, so shipwright is currently our upper limit. Hello, yes, I'd like you to make me wheat for bread. What does that have to do with being a shipwright? Don't question me, boy. Boy. I gotta go back and finish God of War Ragnarok. Never did. Then the Horizon DLC. I don't know, something about me in AAA games recently, I've just kind of lost my taste for them. kind of like Marvel movies, I guess, in a way, where it just feels like so high budget and overproduced that I like, there's no texture for me to like bite into or get stuck on anymore. Looking for someone to point you towards a souvenir shop. Oh, you live here, don't you? Name's Tobias, former shipwright, current tourism coordinator, if you want a fancy title. Used to build boats, now I sell tours. Which beach has the most authentic sand? Where to find local flavor, that sort of thing. Hugo got me this job after the accident. Best thing about this job is, well, that it pays the bills. Well, someone's actually gone and gotten a shipwright permit. Herbert told you to come see me so I can show you the ropes. No, shipbuilding isn't some tourist attraction that you can rush through. It's a craft that demands respect and precision. I've been holding on to my construction drawings for years, basic parts of a ship that every shipwright should master before even thinking about anything more ambitious. I suggest you start with more fundamentals. Ship's wheel, railing, proper deck planks. Need to see you can handle a keel and a rudder too. Nothing fancy, just solid craftsmanship. Once you've proven that you're not just playing shipwright for a day, move on to the real challenge, crafting a proper hull. That's what separates the novices from the dabblers. Don't expect me to hold your hand through this. Drawings will show you what you need, but the skill has to come from you. See if Herbert's judgment was sound for once. Alright, cool. So that should be something I can work on comfortably. Oh, can I not break these? Interesting. Yeah, I guess not in town. At least I can grab random other junk. But yeah, this is stuff I can work on while I wait for my farms to, well, grow. Oh, there's another thing. Yeah, there's a bunch of these silver chests kind of all over the place. I wouldn't say they're the most, like, lucrative thing to grab, but it's nice. It's kind of a fun little diversion while I'm exploring. Okay. Anyway, we want more of those farm nature tokens, though I'm honestly just as happy. I'm just as happy waiting for the wheat seeds to give me all the ever seeds I need. Eventually I'll have too many that I won't know what to do with them all. Oh. Well. I mean, let's remove. Oh, we're out of farm fertilizer. I guess I should go make more of those. There's another Everseed. Sick. 2 of them. 3, in fact. Well, this is working. Mostly. Alright, let's see about that farm fertilizer. There's also farm spice, which I don't know what that's for. Yeah, that'll give me enough. And then let's see about our grapes. Then I can look into shipwrights. I don't need to spend too much time on it. Hopefully the rest of this grows shortly. Okay, let's harvest first. No, fool. Yeah. This is a slight pain. I think this is why I didn't like going for grapes. The last time I played, because I did a stream of this with Ash from Stomped. And was struggling a little bit to deal with that part of farming. Oh, gotta put them all in. What do I need for this one? More 20 grapes. Oh. There we go, that's faster. as well make 2 of those. That'll get me plenty. Okay. Yeah, it's probably easier if I just hold the fertilizer in hand. That way I don't have to worry about accidentally plowing areas outside of my current field. Okay, there we go. I still have 1.5 thousand, so yeah, let's go take a look at what recipes I can pick up. Because I need the treasure chest, we know that much. Could also upgrade a tool. Which is tempting in and of itself, but yeah, I'll get the Luma egg, I'll get the simple chest. And looks like that's all of my money. It's fine, we're about to make 2,000 more. Easy. I do wish there were more things that I could use these resources for, like if you actually gain benefits from like building or using them. But I also kind of get that this game is mostly just a moneymaker. I don't know, there's something kind of simple about that in a way that feels good. Okay, so let's place that down. I kind of don't need too many of these. I'm going to need glass, and I'm going to need, well, I need glass, I need to go get sand. I think we might need some more cotton, too. Oh, that's okay. Do you think this is enough? Do 15 for now. And maybe snag a smidge of cotton. There's some amount here. Because I think I'm going to need that. You done? Yeah, that one grapevine didn't grow enough. Alas. Okay, let's cancel that. Make the fabric. Okay, so if I want to shipwright... Oh. Guess I'm going to need plank, which means I'm going to need tree. Well, it's okay. There's plenty of woods. For now. I think they grow back. Main thing is, like, after a certain point, you move to a whole different biome. And that has, like, plenty of other more complex trees to harvest as well. And so after a certain point, you kind of don't need the trees from here anymore. At which point, deforestation really does slow to a crawl. Oh, that's where it all went. Of course. Okay. So if I want to make anything, I need the wheel. Wheel requires a hell of a lot of plank. All right. I guess it was a good thing to do this. I could buy 2 more ever seeds, but yeah, let's just go buy some more wheat seeds. I was going to make my Luma. Well, wheat seeds, then Luma. And then I think I'll call it a day because, yeah, I've been going for a while. Oh, we could even get into blueberries. Probably should. I have 6 already. Then we only need 14. Okay, and how much money do I have? 1.5k, which is still pretty good. I think probably upgrade that hoe. Oh, it won't let me. I'm out of copper. Oop. I can't believe I've used up all my copper already. Oh well, I mean, really not a problem. I can get more. I live next to a mine. Let's see. Yeah, what else is there to say? Not too much. I don't know. I find this game endearingly pleasant. It doesn't require much from me. And it's a good little, like... Would I say incremental? I mean, it kind of has that incremental nature, but I think that's true of pretty much any game that involves like using production professions to make money, to increase your ability to make money, slowly gaining access to like more lucrative ventures or resource chains and whatnot. Okay, let's finish this first. Okay, I can do a Luma life. Oh. Yeah, just harvest these. Oh, there's a full-on giant chest there. That's convenient. Might as well snag it. Okay, anything else? No, but that should be good enough. So there's the Luma life. And we can make, it looks like a Hercules beetle kind of deal. Oh, maybe not Hercules. One of the, like, horny beetles. You heard me. I know what I said. Make more copper? Yeah. How long are you going to take? Not long at all. We might as well just wait here. Hatch a Luma. Oh, right. I still haven't made a home for this sucker. Oh, but that's fine. We don't need to. It's a buddy. I actually think he's kind of cool. It's like an old man. A little old man. Okay, Beetle Luma. We'll dig up forageables from nature. As a companion, harvest forageables and find treasure. So yeah, I've just got a little guy following me around. He's cute. And it will actually be useful now, kind of. Well, I think with all of this said, this is a good stopping point for here. I don't know. I adore this game. It's one of the more interesting, like, farming sim-ish games. I think largely due to the fact that it doesn't really require you to be a farmer. Obviously, I'm farming here. But even the, like, farming chain is kind of its own thing entirely. And isn't, like, as demanding feeling. I mean, the fact that I've gained access to the hose instantly and can just be like, watering. Yeah, that's not a problem. That feels really good to me. And also just like the way that, like, if you know what you're doing, you can make mad money really quickly. Just by scaling up your fields, getting those ever seeds, and then just kind of kicking back, relaxing, and letting it the money roll in. Anyway, I don't know if this video is going to go out in time for the Steam sale to, like, while the Steam sale is still up. Not that the deal is particularly amazing. It's $20 normally, down to 13 as part of the Steam Winter Sale. I think it's a fair price as it is, as like a $20 game. However, since it is, I think it's like up to 6 or even 8 player multiplayer or something like that. Maybe. I'd have to double check that one. Can I do private party? Okay. It doesn't say. But playing this with multiplayer, you do kind of step on your toes a little bit, but you do also have, like, kind of a convenient situation where, you know, I've got this inventory full of random garbage that I don't even know what I'm doing with. You know, the pirate's cloth. That's worthless to me, unless I pick up the pirate profession, which I would. But you can kind of divvy out different, like, tasks and resource chains to people, and then transfer resources around depending on who needs it. And so it's actually kind of convenient to have a whole crew together running around grabbing resources as a group. Because you can get a lot more done very quickly, but obviously you need to, you know, split your focus, I suppose. Or split your focus. Everybody's going to need to be able to upgrade their tools eventually. And so, yeah, your production goes up roughly by 4 times, but so do your costs. There's some overlap. It just feels good being able to kind of work together in that way. Anywho, I guess with all that said, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like. It helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to check out and show off. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Didn't just give me like a random little flower over here. Neat. I don't know how much I actually am going to benefit from it, but it's nice all the same.